Hey, welcome to another episode of Gas Pedal Follies. Uh, another day in the life of the Pinto project. We are and we have been working on a pedal stop for our modified throttle pedal, and we started out with this little guy we found in one of our bins of miscellaneous stuff. Seemed like a good idea, and we had a little flange made to fasten to the floor and put that in there, and that didn't work out. To begin with, this was too short. So the second thing was, and we'll show you that in a minute, it was almost impossible to drill a hole in the floor. Unbelievable. The OG reinforced everything with some super duper stuff, and at any rate, we got a hole drilled in the floor, and we decided to just go ahead and tap the hole 1/4 20, and then we thought we'd use this guy, so it was a little bit longer, and it was too short, and we decided we might change the angle on it. That didn't work, so we rooted around, found some more stuff. So now we've got this super duper long rod here, really longer than what I like, but it is what it is, as they say. And I think what we're going to do is weld that washer to the head of that, give a nice round contact surface there. And we have this jam nut, and in theory we'll screw that into the floor and tighten down the jam nut, and we'll have a pedal stop. Now, you know, we're not gonna stomp on the pedal with a 50-pound sledge, so as long as this is at 90 degrees to the pedal, it should survive. So maybe you can see there that hole we've drilled. The OG here has really reinforced everything in this car, and we've got some kind of thick plate he put in there right where that pedal stop needs to be. In addition to that, he's put all this sort of waffle insulation material, and then we've got carpet, and combine that with not a lot of room to get your fat hands in there, and this turns into one of those triple X jobs. So we'll screw our pedal stop in there and see what we get. We have pulled the throttle all the way back, and we've got it held wide open, so we just need to get the pedal to stop just before wide open, because we want the throttle pedal to stop on the stop and not at the absolute end of travel of the throttle linkage on the carburetor. So basically that's what we ended up with, is that little stand there screwed into the floor with a jam nut, and we can adjust it in and out. You know, it's kind of got two different angles there where it hits, but I think we'll be okay there. We might have to think about it, put a little bend in it to meet the pedal properly, but at the end of the day, I think it's going to serve the purpose. And you know, if we change intake manifolds or carburetors, then we can adjust the pedal travel to suit whatever we put on there. But just a good idea to have a throttle pedal stop in your car, so that when you mash the gas, you're mashing against the stop and not the carburetor linkage. Okay, continuing on with 5-minute jobs. We cobbled together a stand here for the fuel line to support it. We'll have to put some paint on that, probably black, but I don't know. Looks kind of hokey, but you know, we just don't need this fuel line hanging out here unsupported. It really, if we come back here, comes off the carburetor, comes out, it's got the fuel pressure gauge on it, and comes out here, and there's really nothing supporting that line. It's just dependent on this fitting, and if this gets to vibrating and bouncing around and moving around, it could crack that line there and break off, and that would be a disaster with the electric fuel pump dumping gas everywhere. So we just decided to put this little support under here to really help that. I may end up putting a tie wrap around there. I don't know. For right now, it's just like a saddle, and it's in there pretty good. And I may have to consider remaking this line. It's pretty tight, sort of the right length as long as nothing moves, but we all know everything moves, so we may need a little slack in that line just in case things start moving around. The other thing we've done is we've gone ahead and put our sound deadener in there in the ceiling. 2 pieces of that fit pretty nice into that opening, so now we got a silver ceiling. I don't know if that's going to be distracting or not. I suppose we could always paint it, but it'll just take some of that tin can effect out of it, and we didn't add that much weight. The other thing, I don't know if you can see or not, we've put a bracket up there right where, let's say, the rear view mirror used to be, and that's where our switch is going to be for our electric fuel pump, so that unlike the switches in the dash, we could reach them. Yeah, I bought this little package of maggots. Actually bought them at the, let's see what it says. Menards, I think. We have, yeah, home improvement stores here. Don't know if you have them where you are, but these are handy little items to have for making patterns and templates. If you use builder's paper or something like that, you can use these little magnets like push pins to stick your paper up against the metal and hold it in place instead of having to rip off little bits of tape. So we saw this package and grabbed them up, and I'm sure we'll find a use for them somewhere. Nice and shiny anyway, but I'm going to leave them in the package till we need them. Otherwise they'll be all over the shop.